Welcome to Future Events Today and the introduction to a multiplayer online game. You have just entered Level 3 of Dragons, Aliens, and Angels from the Abyss. As a player in a real-life end-time adventure, you, along with billions of other players, will create a holographic reality that becomes very real and alters the existing illusion of truth. In this introduction you will find the rules and detailed insights that will help you win this game. Warning: gamers should be aware that this is not sci-fi, and your choices can have life or death consequences. Unlike any game you have ever played, this thought-provoking and life-threatening journey leads players into a labyrinth of endless danger, where every choice matters. Importantly, this phase of the game begins soon after a large asteroid strikes the Earth. Your primary goal is to free your king from the dungeons of the Galactic Federation of Worlds. Imprisoned unjustly because of his jealous son's lies, the king's freedom is pivotal for saving his kingdom and the universe. To prove the king's innocence and complete this critical mission, you must decipher 16 encrypted clues. Concealed within the symbolic code of an unfulfilled prophetic message are the keys for unshackling the prevarications confining your king and used for revealing the truth about the king's rebellious son. While the king patiently waits for a verdict, his fallen son, now known throughout the cosmos as the Red Dragon, has summoned thousands of his alien warlords and their armies. As part of his plot to replace the king, he wages an intergalactic battle against his brother and the Galactic Federation of Worlds. Shortly after engaging, the dragon discovered his battle-ready juggernauts were no match for the Federation's cloaked warships, and they lost their place among the stars. Now defeated, the dragon and his military forces retreat to planet Earth. Trapped and with nowhere to run, the Galactic Federation has them dimensionally vortexed into a subterranean abyss. As vanquished prisoners locked in a lifeless void, the Dragon King and his soulless army desperately wait for their temporary release. When this apocalyptic game begins, the Red Dragon and his legions will rise to claim Outer Earth as their rightful dominion. They have one last chance to prove to the Galactic Federation of Worlds that the accusations against the king are lawful and that the citizens of Earth should be under their rule. The fate of the king, the truth of his innocence, and the very destiny of benevolent life rest in the balance. It is up to you to expose the Red Dragon's lies before his rebellion engulfs the universe again. To win this action-packed game you will need: Number 1. The courage to confront the horrors of a dragon and the alien angels from the abyss. Number 2. To expose the dragon's queen and her global conspiracy to subjugate the inhabitants of Earth. Number 3. The strength to do what is right, knowing that your choices will determine the outcome of reality and all benevolent life. Number 4. To collect and utilize 10 secret weapons needed for navigating the maze of symbolic encryptions found in Revelation, particularly Trumpet 5. Number 5. To share decoded and profound information with other players. Number 6. To rally 3 billion players to join you on this life-threatening quest. Number 7. To receive your bonus gift and enable your superhuman abilities. As you unravel the mysteries concealed within Trumpet Number 5, your findings will inspire and maintain a beacon of hope for all of those who volunteer to rescue the king. To establish a holographic platform and to create this virtual reality, you will have the assistance of a narrator. Even though he may suggest interpretations and furnish pertinent information, you must decide for yourself which are correct and share any alternative conclusions with others in the comment section. Also, during this futuristic multiplayer, the narrator will examine controversial interpretations that have plagued and challenged truth-seeking players for hundreds of years and explain why mainstream religious communities are ignoring this prophetic message. More importantly, the narrator will present Bible scripture that compares this prophecy with those relating to the Second Coming and will address whether Trumpet Number 5 predicts a false flag alien invasion. As a result of decoding these clues, you will be able to answer the following questions. Will new interpretations change gamers' perspective of reality and alter their religious beliefs? Will the dragon, posing as the Antichrist, masquerade as our creator and appear in the clouds of glory? Will a godlike puppet master pull AI strings to manipulate a deceived world? Is Trumpet 5 a warning event to let us know that the end is near? Why are there so many different interpretations of Daniel and Revelation? Why are the 10 secret weapons so important for navigating this nightmarish maze and decoding the truth? Of course, everyone has their own beliefs, But realistically, it makes sense that each prophetic vision can only have one acceptable interpretation. It is now up to you and your fellow gamers to share the arsenal of 10 secret weapons and piece together this symbolic puzzle. You may be asking, with so many theologians, preachers, and clergy having conflicting theories, how can I or anyone else solve these theological enigmas? It becomes clear that success relies on 3 billion gamers uniting under a single cause and having the desire to achieve the same interpretation. After all, how can players win this game if they are promoting different realities? It does not seem logical that a loving creator would limit the interpreting of end-time prophecies to theologians or clergy. That is why, on this treasure hunt, you will discover how anyone and everyone can correctly decode symbolic language. As a game player today, you have the distinct advantage of having these 10 secret weapons while living during this time. Your second goal is to stay alive until the end of the Great Tribulation or die a hero's death by the guillotine's blade. But beware, if you die before reaching level 4, you are out of the game unless you have the power to self-resurrect, or one of the 144,000 chooses to bring you back to life. Your adversary is a formidable foe, an evil queen who has seized power and brutally enslaves the people of Earth. Dressed in regal purple and scarlet, she rules with deceit, sitting on the throne that belongs to your imprisoned king. Her objective? To crush any resistance and eliminate all who challenge her reign. What makes this quest so perilous is her alliance with a powerful otherworldly entity, the Red Dragon. This ancient and malevolent being has granted her unparalleled power, making her almost unstoppable. The queen and her subjects do not follow any rules, and their ruthlessness knows no bounds. To ascend to level 4, players must uncover the sinister plans of the Red Dragon and thwart the queen's relentless attempts to dominate the inhabitants of Earth. As you and your team gather evidence regarding the king's innocence, you move closer to proving that the Red Dragon and the alien angels from the abyss are not who they claim to be. With only 3.5 years to complete your mission, the 24 judges of the Galactic Federation of Worlds must be convinced beyond any shadow of a doubt that the king does not control or manipulate anyone for his own personal gain. But beware, the queen's AI forces are everywhere, and they will stop at nothing to enslave you. Her deceptive reality traps a countless number of the world's population in a religious web of lies and oppression. When you succeed in exposing her otherworldly paradigm and reach level 5, the Galactic Federation of Worlds will release the king from his dungeon. He will return to his throne, bring justice, destroy the queen and her loyal advocates, and return the Red Dragon to the abyss. This is the ultimate triumph, and this hope and dream will furnish you with unmatched courage. The fate of Earth and the cosmos rest in your hands. Even though the Queen wields the authority of mainstream religions and has the military strength to enforce her rule, your acts of kindness and compassion hold the extraordinary power to break the puppet master's AI strings. As you know, part of your objective is to recruit and rescue 3 billion players. But there is a catch: you do not know who these potential game players are. This means you must approach everyone with care and respect, as any one of them could become a crucial part of your mission. This includes putting aside all racial and religious animosities. Thus, unlike other games, you cannot kill anyone. Incidentally, not being able to kill negates the need for selecting guns, ammo, knives, and bulletproof vests, and eliminates the hunting and shooting embedded in video games played today. For this reason, it is understandable that players will quit before the game begins. If you decide to leave, you will forfeit access to the 10 secret weapons and fail to receive any superpowers. Consequently, you only have 2 options: join the adversary's team or unite with a third group of renegade players. This rebel faction, starting at level 4, will enlist billions of freedom fighters to wage a physical battle against the dragon and his 200 million super soldiers. Even though fighting for freedom seems right, it is a war they cannot win, and billions die for the wrong cause. As you will learn later, these inhuman Terminators, endowed with force field protection, are impervious to the antiquated weapons we have today. Thus, those playing this game must rely on strategy, teamwork, and their unique abilities to demonstrate love and forgiveness. The superpowers gained in levels 1 and 2 allow you to heal or resurrect players that die. If you have not received your bonus gift and activated your superhuman enhancements, then continue playing this game. Be patient and do not forget the miracles that can happen from your acts of kindness. Incidentally, among the first gamers to receive these extraordinary abilities were 144,000 champions. They are team captains, and the primary leaders assigned to aid those who are new to the game and help others achieve the free bonus gift. In retrospect, Level 1 of this game began shortly before a large asteroid impacted one of Earth's oceans. During this early stage of the game, Level 1 players had the crucial mission of discovering and compiling the 10 secret weapons. They also had the daunting task of warning the world of an impending catastrophic asteroid and the following events that occur during the remaining game levels. For additional information and for those new at playing this game, you can watch a video on the first 4 trumpets, Revelation 8 verses 2 to 12. A link to this is also at the end. Listed below are the corresponding and subsequent game levels. Level 3, Dragons, Aliens and Angels from the Abyss. Level 4, 200 million Terminators kill 1/3. Level 5, The Battle of Armageddon. Level 6, The Battle of Gog and Magog. Level 7, The Earth Remade. Despite how helpless players may feel, you are not alone. The Jedi-like guardians of the Galactic Federation of Worlds stand ready, with lightsabers in hand, to assist and protect those playing this perilous game. With the odds against you, an old saying takes center stage: know thy enemy to achieve victory. Ironically, this implies that to win you may have to sacrifice your life. One of the greatest difficulties for anyone playing this game is to identify what is symbolic or what is literal. This enigma can often frustrate even the most devoted truth-seeking gamers. Fortunately, you and your team players have an arsenal of 10 secret weapons. Rule number 7 is one of 10 indispensable munitions or rules required for understanding apocalyptic prophecy. This often overlooked rule requires cross-referencing prophetic context with their usage elsewhere in Scripture. By doing this, you gain access to a treasure chest of logical and accurate explanations. Implementing this secret weapon not only reduces conjecture but also overrides the false assumption that end-time prophecies are entirely symbolic. When a prophetic interpretation threatens someone's doctrinal beliefs, disputers often use the phrase "it's all symbolic." Sadly, this counterattack shuts down curiosity, stifles deeper exploration, and negatively alters reality. Thus, ignoring these protective rules or not knowing they exist becomes problematic. So, what exactly does Rule 7 include and permit? Apocalyptic terminology can be either symbolic or literal. The correct meaning is achieved by comparing prophetic words or phrases with those found elsewhere in the Bible. No symbolic usage indicates a literal interpretation. When both are found, context and relevance become the deterministic factor. If you are unfamiliar with this technique, using an electronic Bible makes searching and comparing words or phrases quick and easy. Even though the narrator is using the NIV translation, each player may substitute their favorite version. A link to a video that explains what the 10 rules are is also at the end of this video game. Whether this is your first time, or you are an experienced player and curious about what lies ahead, you will find that using the 10 secret weapons or rules is essential for achieving a viable interpretation. Without correct understandings, you risk the danger of becoming bewitched by the Queen's reality. As a reminder for players in this real-life video game, the choices made today affect the outcome of tomorrow's future. Remember, you are playing against the Queen's most powerful opponents, the mega-rich, government officials, high-ranking military officers, theologians, extremely intelligent scientists and compelling religious leaders like the Pope. Thinking they have the upper hand, they underestimate the power of players that have correctly decoded Revelation and who have the authority to create an opposing reality more powerful than theirs. Before raising the curtains and starting this game, you must agree to the following terms. Once your nickname or alias appears in the comment section, you agree to be a volunteer player and accept that your fate and the outcome of this game is very real and is the result of your own choices. To help reach the required 3 billion players, you also agree to share your alternative conclusions in the comment section of this video. Before beginning this game, we must set the stage with storytelling backdrops that provide critical clues that identify the dragon, his ruthless queen and their dark reign over the earth. To uncover the truth, we must trace the dragon's evil origins and piece together the puzzling story of an unholy war. So, Are you ready to step into the time machine and go back to where it all began? History celebrates the life-saving miracles performed by angelic guardians and how they have extended their benevolent hands. Strangely, however, there are metaphysical manifestations of demonic or phantom beings. It is reassuring to think we have heavenly defenders watching over us, but what about these nefarious apparitions? There are those who believe these unseen fugitives are the architects of the evil thriving in our world today. Have you ever wondered why paranormal entities exist? How do you explain the presence of these ethereal entities? The following biblical reference sheds light on this haunting question and offers clues that might contain valuable answers for everyone playing this game. Revelation 12 verse 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought back. Revelation 12 verse 9. The great dragon was hurled down, that ancient serpent called the devil, or Satan, who leads the whole world astray. He was hurled to the earth, and his angels with him. According to these texts, Satan, the devil or dragon, and his fallen angels lost an intergalactic battle. This battle between the stars ended with an army of disembodied warriors imprisoned on planet Earth. For this reason, there are those who believe there is a nexus between these mysterious spirits and the amorphic ghosts witnessed today. Others argue that these malevolent castaways are responsible for elusive alien encounters. While skeptics dismiss UFO sightings as hoaxes, hallucinations, or misinterpretations, the sheer number of credible witnesses cannot be circumstantial. And how do you explain historical accounts and the cultural fascination that has kept their mythology alive? There are viable estimates that indicate over half of the world's population believes we have and are witnessing extraterrestrial life. So, if these aerial acrobats are just anomalies, why are so many reputable people from around the globe reporting and experiencing these alien-like encounters? Could it be that there is more to these oddities than what meets the eye? Is it also possible that some of these flying enigmas have been reverse-engineered from crashed alien flying machines? One must wonder if full disclosure will always remain a motionless gesture shrouded in secrecy. Is it possible that UFOs, drones, or UPA sightings are a precursor to a forthcoming alien invasion? You may scoff at this idea, but what if there is a covert scheme at work? And if so, does Bible prophecy reveal such an end-time crisis and forecast a false flag that tragically misleads billions into believing it is the second coming? Will the world yield to a cosmic impostor? If so, the fate of nations, souls, and the future itself depends on your ability to decode the mysteries of trumpet number 5. As part of your mission as a game participant, you and your fellow players have the duty to expose the greatest deception in human history. Before dismissing what may seem like a dragon's tale, consider this warning message about a deception that could mislead even the best game player. Matthew 24, verses 23 and 24. At that time if anyone says to you, "Look, here is the Messiah," or, "There he is," do not believe it. 4 false messiahs and false prophets will appear and perform great signs and wonders to deceive, if possible, even the elect. If there truly is a false messiah who will perform great miracles to deceive the world, shouldn't there be a prophetic message in the book of Revelation that gives details concerning his arrival? Could trumpet number 5 be highlighting the critical clues that players will need for unmasking an evil godlike supershow? The following is a prophetic synopsis of the combined world religions and political powers symbolized by a woman dressed in purple and scarlet. Revelation 17 verses 4 to 6. The woman was dressed in purple and scarlet, and was glittering with gold, precious stones, and pearls. She held a golden cup in her hand, filled with abominable things and the filth of her adulteries. This title was written on her forehead, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of prostitutes and of the abominations of the earth. I saw that the woman was drunk with the blood of the saints, the blood of those who bore testimony to Jesus. When I saw her, I was greatly astonished. Revelation 18 verse 7. I sit enthroned as queen. Please note that additional details pertaining to this evil queen and her magical connection with the dragon are forthcoming. To optimize this game, the narrator has subdivided trumpet number 5 into 16 critical clues. Each clue has a unique identification number, making it easier for players to track and share their conclusions and interpretations. This collaborative approach ensures that all players can build on one another's progress and foster unity among billions of participants. The power of shared knowledge becomes a formidable weapon, allowing players to create and fulfill this prophetic reality. Players should note that trumpet number 5 is one of 7 trumpets and is part of a prophecy that begins with Revelation 8 verse 2 and ends with Revelation 9 verse 21. The order in which they are given confirms that it unfolds shortly after the first 4. So, are you ready to accept the challenge and start playing this game? Then, please click on the link at the end. Dragons, Aliens and Angels from the Abyss Part 2.